Some communities in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng have vowed to continue protecting their neighbourhoods from looters. Community Policing Fora in different areas say they will only begin to feel safe when members of the SANDF become visible. At least 25,000 members of the SANDF will be deployed to KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng to deal with violence and looting as soon as the National Security Council and President Ramaphosa approve the move. At the same time, Soweto residents have volunteered to clean up Jabulani Mall this morning. The mall is still considered a crime scene after stores were damaged and looted. About 200 residents, some with brooms and buckets, were left fuming. Some have left while others are still waiting at the entrance of the mall with the hope that they'll be allowed in. Clean-up operations are already underway at malls such as Diepkloof Square. Clean-up operations are also underway in Alexandra. Our reporter Nozintombi Miya is there. We did speak to her earlier. She was outside of the mall speaking to people in the queue waiting to enter the mall. So you're in there, Nozintombi. What's happening there?
Thank you so much, Nompu. So we did finally manage to get inside the Alex Mall, and I'm going to ask my camera colleague Tembo to just do a pan of where we are and show you what the inside of the center looks like. Some of the areas inside here do show that some of the areas here, some of the mall, some of the items here are open, some of the shops are open, some of the other shops are not open, but we are seeing that there is definitely some sort of movement. Access in and out of the different shops is very closely controlled, and I think we should just take a walk down so that we can just show you what we're seeing. We're seeing some of the queues, some of the very heavy queues in this section over here, Nompu, and you can see that there's queues and queues inside the different places, and you can see how desperate people are to get in there and to be able to have access to the different shops, to be able to buy their goods. It's really quite a difficult situation here. As you can see, some of these other shops, there's a shop here that sells clothes, which is extremely closely guarded. You can see that the Metro Police are here, and they are making sure that the area is closely controlled, and they're monitoring the place here, and they're trying to make sure that there is absolute order in the chaos that we're seeing here. The ATMs are absolutely full, they're overrun, and they have to make sure that this particular area, Nompu, is closely watched. And when we spoke to the center manager earlier, the center manager had said that some of the store owners were very reluctant to open up their shops. And what we can see here over there, it is definitely a queue of people who are standing here at the ATM. And we also see that some of the people are closing their shops. And we're going to try and speak to the owners of this shop over here to try and find out why they're closing their shop. Good afternoon, how are you? Sir, could you tell us why you're closing your store?
Because we strike Alexandra, Mama. The situation.
So this mall is closing?
Yes.
So what time did the mall open this morning?
8.
And how busy has it been? Have you been getting people?
Yeah, we've been.
And have you felt safe?
No, not really.
Why not?
Because you'll never know, eh? You'll think people are buying, but then they came here to loot. But then since there's a line outside and security is outside, then maybe. Yeah, maybe.
But it must be a bit of a relief for you to be able to have a job, a small job. So many other people in some of the other shops don't have access to jobs. It must be a relief for you.
Yeah, I can say sharp or spanner because but span because so for one open but and by sense a lot
definitely, again, the issue of the fear. My sister, just my final question for you. Who do you really think should be held responsible for this? We see that people have looted. The police are trying their best. People like you are caught in the crossfire. Who really should be held responsible ultimately?
No, the people, obviously. Because you can't say you're hungry, then you're looting where you should be eating. So definitely it doesn't give sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So people are responsible. Because after everything, who's going to lose jobs? Who's going to go hungry? Them also. So
doesn't make sense indeed.
Thank you so much, my sister. Nampu, just before I hand back to you in studio here, shops are closing earlier. This group of people that you spoke to said that they understand that there is more looting and protesting happening at Alex. We'll be keeping our ear on the ground to try and find out what exactly is going on with that. But it talked to the issue of the fear that the shop owners have with regards to reopening, that there is really a possibility that the people that they have allowed into the store now could possibly turn against them and engage in looting. So it has to be tightly controlled. This is one of the last malls that is available and open for the people of Alexandra. And if they loot this particular mall, the whole people of Alexandra, more than 1 million people living in that square radius, won't have access to any shopping facilities. With that, Nampu, we're handing over back to you in the studio.
Thanks very much, my colleague there, Nozintombi Miya, reporting from the Alexandra Mall.